Hello, welcome back everyone. So good to have you back again to the Art 1920 podcast. What a privilege to be embarking on this journey, talking about the sons of God and what are some of the lessons from their lives that we can derive for us, the current sons of God here on earth, so that the next generation after us can also get lessons from our life. And so for today, the son of God we're going to be talking about is Boaz. We're going to be talking about Boaz, the man of honor. So, as it turns out, his name means sweetness. And a lot of things have been said about his life, and a lot of lessons has been drawn from him on how he was able to come into God's lineage by exhibiting some kind of lives that can be beneficial to us, contemporary believers, and Christian in our journey. I think the number one thing that is clear to every one of us that studied the life of Boaz is that he is or he was a godly man. Godliness dwells in him. So godliness is trying to bring the form of God in you, not trying to cheat anyone, but trying to walk with them in the way of righteousness. Always asking yourself, what would God have me do at each particular time? And I think it's so paramount that this issue, or whatever we're talking about, also is interlinked to kindness. He was a kind person. You know that when Ruth came, Ruth never had anything. And so when they were packing their stuff and all of that, he was able to. And so it's paramount that we try to exhibit that kindness. Because when she came, he never had any intention. He saw that this is a young woman that needed something to eat or something that would help her. And he was able to instruct his own men, please leave food out for her to be able to take. And also so that in his practice, he did a lot of things that also showed that he was a kind person by instructing that he follows the law of God in that generation where for people that don't have food, they left a lot for them on the field. So when others are gone, they can come and pick it. So it was kindness without showing it out, without shouting for the world to see or making them to, so the way we do our own kind of kindness today that the whole world have to know. If it's not in social media, it's not kindness. If it's not shown online, it's not kindness. But that is not who he was. He was a man of kindness. Then the next thing was that he was a protector of the vulnerable. He protected the vulnerable people that doesn't take advantage of them. We saw that how he was able to keep Ruth away, told his young men, please keep watch over that lady, and all of that. So how are you helping the vulnerable among you? At your place of work, if there's somebody that has been despisefully used by others or even around you or in your community. So what are you doing? What's your work? What's the effort you are making to help them not to be despisefully used? And so it's our duty as believers or as godly men to protect everybody around us to ensure that they are not being used. So remember, he was a godly man, and his godliness can be traced to his kindness. And with his kindness, we saw that he was a protector of the weak, and he made this provision for them in his life. And so the next thing is that he was a man full of wisdom. Because see, for you to operate in kindness, for you to operate as a godly man, for you to be able to protect the vulnerable, sometimes you need to apply wisdom. Because if you don't really apply wisdom, you get yourself in trouble. And so sometimes I see a lot of people run away from helping the vulnerable because sometimes it brings complication or put them in a tight place. But one needs to always pray and ask God to direct one. And so for Boaz, he was full of wisdom, and through that wisdom was able to help him. And so very, very important. The Bible says, if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask, and our God above will give to him. And so the next thing that you need to do is that apart from just fighting or protecting the vulnerable, because sometimes the vulnerable is not just women, so you also need to fight the right of women through action. A lot of men will say, we're supporting the cause of women in our life or women around us, but there's no action to show for it. When your fellow men, you say men using sarcastic word against women or making some derogatory statement, you just keep short. You're not able to do this. And I experienced something of recent. It was so bad that those people were a very senior man. And so when a lady was sent to come and do something in their unit, and this guy just, in front of his own men, he had about 7 men there, was eating by their side, and he was lambasting this young lady, castigating the girl, just speaking. Just imagine that if this girl was this man's daughter, what would he have done? And the only person that tried, I wanted to speak up, he shut the person up. Do you want to stand for her and all of that? And because that one was afraid and all of that, he just kept quiet. So you need to do it through action. Then it's important that you also have those actions and imbibe into it. Then the next thing was that be a mentor to young people. Boaz was a mentor. He mentored people. He worked with them. He was just there to support them, was there just to be around them. Because if he was not a mentor to those young people around him, you would have seen what had happened. So he was able to call them. And the Bible says when he comes in the evening, or anytime he comes to the field, he sits with them, talk with them, mentor them, teach them even the right thing to do. So are you mentoring others? He was also a man that covers others. Because you need to know there's a difference between you protect vulnerable people, yes. You're full of wisdom, you fight for the rights of people, you mentor young people, but you might also cover people. So do you just, is it when you want to punish people for their error or for their mistakes, or are you there just standing to be able to help them? So learn to cover people. Yes, it's not you giving them excuses for whatever behavior or misbehavior they're having, but it's for you to be able to protect them. So learn to cover people. Just cover them up at some point, because at some point we all need covering. And sometimes they don't have to do wrong thing before you cover them. They might be going through some things in life. They might have some difficult challenges. They've confided in you. Don't make it that everybody around them know they cannot move around you. So learn to cover people. Are you covering people around you? Are you standing there for people? Are you able to say, oh, I will help you? You will say, don't worry, I will stand with you until you are able to come out of this crisis. So let's learn to be men that cover others. Cover our wife, cover our family, cover the people around you. Just be someone that covers others. And he was a man of integrity, which is, I think, is the sum of everything, because it takes a man of integrity to be able to do that. And so he never had anything. You see that he could have manipulated to marry Ruth by not doing that, but he gave the other kinsman redeemer the opportunity to do the right thing. And that's why sometimes it's also looking out for others. Don't always pursue things for your own benefit. Don't say, when there's a business deal, you just want to get it there because you say, well, people call this the shrewd businessman. But no, that's not what we as godly men ought to do. Look out for others. Be there for them. Even when they don't look out for you, it's not easy. But others always try to be there. Try to be there for others, and see how God will bless you tremendously. So there's a lot we can learn from the life of Boaz. But he's a man that follows do the right thing, doesn't cheat others, give others the opportunity and the benefit of doubt. I hope that we as godly men will be able to pick one or two things from the life of this God's general, this God's man, and we'll be able to use it to continue our journey, our Christian journey, as we move. So we continue in this journey of the sons of God. So by next week, we're going to be talking about Joseph. We're going to be talking about Joseph, and students will say a lot. I'm also excited. I'm looking forward to see what are some of the lessons that we can pick as men in our own generation, beyond even some of the lessons that we know. And so I'm praying and trusting God to just give me more revelation, bring in more word, and help us be able to learn a lot from the life of Joseph, even as the Son of God. God bless you. Remember, it's still the Acts 1920 podcast, a podcast for men and by men, where we encourage ourselves to become all God would want us to be, even this generation that mentioning manhood becomes a problem. Talking about masculinity becomes something that is negative, but no, to become that which men after God's heart, men are doing God's purpose even here on earth. Remember, you can reach us through our email, the art1920 at gmail.com. Please send your questions, send your contribution, send whatever blessings you've been receiving on this podcast. We would love to hear from you. God bless you. Bye bye. See you next time.